Hey you guys, it is your girl Kia V all up in the building, all up on your screen, and today we are doing a story time. It's more like tonight because y'all know it's nighttime. But I got pretty for y'all. What you think? What you think? She tried. She put a little effort in there for y'all. Get y'all something nice to look at. So, as you can tell by today's title, you are so this is a story from high school, okay? This is a story from high school. This is gonna be brand new to mom. Mom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You ain't even know. Nobody even told you. Nobody even told you, but I'm finna tell you today because I can't get in trouble no more. Because I can't get in trouble no more. And I would definitely not do what I did as an adult. I just wouldn't. I don't know what gave me the energy to do it and the guts to do it back then. But I guess, listen, watch out for the quiet girls. Watch out for the quiet girls. You know, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. So this is not catfish. This is not clickbait. I actually did fight a dude one time. I actually fought a dude one time. It was more one-sided though. Is it a fight if it's one-sided? If you was the one that gave all the energy? Listen, I don't know. I don't know. But I will tell you the story, okay? A little background. First of all, this happened in my English class, and I want to say it was my freshman year. It definitely had to be my freshman year. It was my freshman year. We had a teacher named, I'm gonna call her Miss H. She has retired since then. But y'all, the horror stories I could tell you about what this woman went through as a teacher, I don't know how she stayed as long as she did. I feel like every night she went home, she cried. Because it was the worst of the worst experience for me as a student and experience for her as a teacher. No lie. Like, I was in. Y'all know how y'all have those classes with the cool kids, the so-called popular kids, which are really the class clowns that entertain you. And typically you'll have like one or two in the same classroom. Y'all, we had like five in the same classroom. It was non-stop entertainment. There was zero learning taking place in this lady's classroom. Zero. All I can tell you is we were supposed to read, what is it? Something about a fly. Y'all probably know the name of it. Something about a fly and these kids that was over there acting like they was something. And something about a pig, animal farmhouse, animal house. One of those type of things. Books that I could care less about. Okay? I can barely tell you what it was because I didn't read. And when we got in class, all we did was look off of each other's paper and try to make the class. All I can say is like her class was so bad, you guys. Like when my mama went to meet with her, I had already told her like, it's gonna be drama. It's gonna be drama. And when we went, it was a line so long wrapped around her classroom. Like, my mom was like, yeah, so we're gonna meet with her later. Like, that's how bad her classroom was and how many issues people had with her. It was ridiculous. But now that I'm grown and stuff, and I think about everything that lady had to endure, like it was one time somebody threw some sex protection at her, y'all, and it cut the side of her face. Like, no lie. And it went around from every class period to class period. Everybody knew that somebody had hit her and cut the side of her face with some male sex protection. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, if that would have been my mom, the school would have been shut down. Okay? Shut down. It was my freshman year experience with this English teacher and her lack of ability to be able to control the classroom and all the mess that she had to do. Like, it was because of that I told my mom she could never be a teacher. Never. I would not allow it. I would not accept it. These people was out of pocket. Literally out of pocket. So the fact that I had like 5 or 6 of the worst kids, aka the popular kids, aka the class clowns in my class, there was literally no work being done ever. Ever. So I was trying. I was the quiet girl, okay? I wasn't one who wanted to be the center of attention at all. So I'm like rolling at everything that's going on. So I'm the quiet one. So people don't expect me to hop out of pocket or do anything crazy. Y'all, but somebody caught me off guard one day. Some boy caught me off guard, y'all. He called me on a good day. Probably was PMS day, y'all, to be honest. Probably was what had happened was that. But y'all, so we was in the classroom and I remember I needed a pencil because I don't know how I didn't have a pencil, but somehow between all my other periods, because English was my very last class, between all my other periods, I lost any writing utensil for that day, which it still baffles me to this day. So I asked one of the so-called class clowns, popular kids. The messed up part is this boy was cute, okay? He was smexy. We gonna call him Jose. We're gonna call him Jose. That kind of like his name a little bit, but it's said another way. So we're gonna call him Jose. So we was in Mrs. H class, and Jose, looking as fine as he was, okay? He was definitely fine, okay? Everybody got that light skin, good dark hair with the waves, swagger. I'm wearing baby fat, or Fat Farm shoes. Back then, that was the thing. Fat Farm, Jordan, stuff like that. That was the thing back at that time. So, he was all decked out, looking good. And I decided to ask him. I don't know why I asked him out of everybody. And I was just like, do you got a pencil? Probably was trying to be cute. Probably was trying to flirt. Just little things. I didn't have a chance. I didn't have a chance because he liked the lightest, brightest thing that was there. So, my little chocolate butt had no chances with this dude, right? So I still asked, can I have a pencil? And he was like, yeah, here you go. So he gave me a pencil or whatever. And I was like, thank you. And so I'm using it. I was like, I'll give it back to you when I'm done or whatever. So I sit down in my seat, start doing my work. Da 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 da. It's about to be the end of, well, not even the end. Not even the end. I just needed it for a little bit because I had a pen. That's what it was. I had a pen, but we needed a pencil to take the little bubble quizzes or whatever. So I asked for his pencil and I filled out a little bubble quiz. And when I was done, I was like, here you go, here's your pencil back. And like, I don't know what happened between him giving me the pencil and me giving it back. I don't know if he thought my chocolate germs was finna rub off on his pencil and get on to him or something, or his population, or not population, but popularity was gonna drain its powers if he took this pencil back from this girl who wasn't popular, who was just, a bookworm, a little quiet girl, or what. But he jumped out of pocket on me, y'all. He jumped out of pocket on me. I gave him the pencil bag and I was sitting or whatever, minding my own business. And he was straight up just like, I told you I didn't want this pencil back. This dude said that. I turned and looked. The next thing I know, this pencil is spinning with my name on it. And it said, I was like, excuse me? Yeah, no lie. It took me a second to program what was going on, but while I was programming, you hear all the people, dang, you didn't have to do it like that. You didn't have to do it like that. I am like, did this dude really just hit me in my temple with a pencil in front of the classroom, and everybody's laughing? Like, this was not a funny moment. This was a simple transaction. I borrow your pencil, I give it back. This is it. This was supposed to be a safe transaction. This was not supposed to turn into violence at all. How did we get here? It's what I was sitting there thinking, and my blood is boiling, and I'm sitting there and the whole class is laughing, and I got the der face on because I don't know what just happened. The der, literally just looking like the der, like what is going on? Y'all, it took me a minute to comprehend what had happened, and everybody's laughing. Everybody's just kicking it up at my expense, all because I asked for a freaking pencil. Really? So he thought the quiet girl, shy girl, was gonna sit back and be chill with that. That's what he thought. He thought that she was gonna be chill with that. What he did not know is that Kia the Beast had tapped my shoulder and was like, sis, so we gonna get him, right? Yep, we are. That was the crazy laugh that I did. Like, okay. So once I had clicked into reality and realized everybody, you okay? Girl, he hit you hard, didn't it? It was like, it hit you right in the side of your head. I hit the right on the side of the head. And I'm just looking like, I got something for you. I don't know what I got yet, but I'm going to figure it out because there's something that needs to be done here. You have to get some type of repercussion for your action. Because I'm looking at the teacher and the teacher's looking at me like, excuse sis, no help, because she's scared of she's scared of the class anyway. Didn't already hit her in the head and scratched her face with sex protection. So what is she gonna do about them hitting me in the face with a pencil? I should just be glad it was a pencil, is how she was looking. Like, at least it wasn't sex protection, sis. At least you ain't got a cut on just out of your face. Like, girl. Yeah. I just couldn't believe it. I was just in shock and shook. And I was like, oh, so I'm getting you back. I don't know how I'm getting you back, but I'm getting you back. And I was like, wait for it. I was like, wait for it. And the whole class was like, ooh, like, what is she going to do? What is she going to do? And I'm just like, wait for it. I'm going to wait. I'm going to make you think that I forgot, but I didn't forget because, I'm going to remember that you just had the whole class laughing at me for absolutely no reason because I asked to borrow a pencil. And what in the bipolarness is going on here? I still don't understand how we got here. It still gets me worked up to this day because I'm still confused as to how me asking you to use a pencil ended up with me getting popped in the side of my face and laughed at. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So, anyway, class progresses. And I'm just like, I got to get this dude back. Like, there is no way in the world that I am going to let this class period go by and he's not going to get got. Okay? He's not going to get got. They sit here, they bully me, they tease me. Because, listen, at that time, I was getting bullied by older students, okay? It was never from my class. It was always older students that had an issue with me because they thought I wanted something that they had and I didn't. So, y'all, I'm like, okay, I'm going through enough drama in my life, okay? You're going to come here and you're going to bring this here in my classroom. We're supposed to be on the same level. We are teammates in this thing called life right now for the next 4 years. So how did we get here? How? We don't know. We don't know. So, y'all, I finally think of the perfect idea, okay? Finally think of the perfect idea. We are sitting, we are reading aloud. Okay, we're reading aloud. And you know how fun that is for boys. Boys seem to suck at reading aloud. It's hilarious to have them read aloud. So we are going back to reading this Animal Farm or Farm Animal. Y'all probably know the book. Let me know in the comment section what that book was that we all had to read for school, with the pig talking and trying to, take over the farmhouse and all this other stuff. Anyway, so we are reading the book. We are all supposed to be following along, right? So I read my little portion really good because my mommy and daddy taught me how to read properly, so I didn't have to worry about that. He's over there stumbling. All right, he's stumbling. However, it's still going on, okay? Teacher is still having him read. Read. And I don't know why he felt like he had to read the longest passage, but he just went ahead and did it. So I thought about it. And I was like, Kia V tapped me on the shoulder. Revenge Kia was like, hey, what's this? I don't know why I have this accent for her, but this is what I have. He hit you with a pencil. You gonna let that slide. You gonna let that slide. No, you're not. You're not gonna let that slide. You're gonna get up out your seat. Girl, you're gonna get up out your seat, girl. And what you're gonna do is when he's reading, you're gonna walk behind him. And you're going to show him what you're working with. You're going to slap him back into reality. That's what you're going to do. Yeah. So after that little pet talk, or little chit chat talk with my Jamaican self, I don't know where that came from, but that's the accent we're picking for her. Okay? No offense. All right? No offense. This is all in fun. But yes, so after that little chit chat with her, I was just like, oh, okay, so I'm going to get him back. I'm going to get him back. So I got up out of my seat. And what I did was I acted like I had to throw something away. So I ripped out a random piece of notebook paper, balled it up, and went one way. So I went this way. He was actually in the aisle this way on the right-hand side. So, but he was like in the middle. It was a very weird way of where the desk was stationed because we were all lined up. All of our desks was lined up and it was like 4 rows. He was in the second row. I was in the first row. So it wasn't that far except for I was up front where the teacher was and he was in the middle. That's why he threw and hit me in the head with a pencil. So I go this way and I put my trash in the back of the classroom where the door was in the back corner. And I'm like, I'm not going to cross in front of the teacher. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk backwards. So I'm walking backwards and I go down there and he is finishing reading, right? I don't know why nobody paid attention. Everybody had their head in the book. So most people weren't paying attention to me being behind him, ready to take his life. Ready to take his life. Nobody was watching. Nobody was watching. It was the perfect opportunity. He finished reading, y'all. I was literally standing behind him. This was his back. I had my hand like this because you know I'm a girl, so I'm not finna square up and pop somebody like that. So we had the closed fist action. We had this, and I was just like boom, just like that with the side of my head. Yeah, it's so funny because I can still hear the thud of his back because it was like boom. When I tell you that boy slid up out of his chair, yeah, that was when Jamaican Kid came back to real life, and I was just like, I told you I was gonna get you back. I told you I was gonna get you back. This boy, she scooted forward. His desk scooted up into the back of the person chair in front of him, and he was like, "Whoa!" When I tell you, this is probably the most I've ever made a man mad. This boy, listen, first off, kudos to him because his mama taught him well, even though I'm pretty sure if his mama would have been there, she would have came down my throat. But apparently his mama told him, don't put your hands on a woman because this dude started crying. And it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm hurt crying. It was like, I am finna kill her. Get her. If y'all don't get her, I am going to ruin her life type of cry. It was that type of cry. But he couldn't get mad for real because he also knew what he did to embarrass me. So the whole class is rolling. They like, you ain't had to do my boy like that, Kia. You ain't had to do my boy like that. Oh, but I did. But I did. Like, I was just, you're. This is one of the random outbursts I ever had in school, but I feel like I needed to have it because literally after this moment, nobody in my class ever messed with me. Which was the funny part. Nobody in my grade level ever messed with me. It was always the people that was older that felt like they could do something. But y'all, this boy was crying. He was in tears. Miss H was like, Kia, now I saw what he did and I saw what you did. You know what? I think you just need to leave the room right now. I think you just need to leave the room right now. And I was like, that's fine with me. I don't care. I told you I was going to get you. Meanwhile, she done pulled him out to the hallway. I'm getting my stuff because back then I was in band. So I always had a place to go if I didn't want to go to class. I'm just saying. My band teacher was cool as heck and he didn't care. He knew that I had talent because I used to play the trumpet. So he would just have me, practice and stuff for the next game or whatever. So, you all, no lie. I took my stuff. I went in the hallway. He was standing by the door, still in tears, like he wants to kill me. That was the look in his face while the tears were coming down. He wanted my life, okay? He wanted my life. Mr. Popular had just gotten embarrassed by Miss Shy Girl, Miss, I can hit you in the head with a pencil and get away with it, that he thought he was dealing with. He wasn't dealing with her, okay? That day he was dealing with PMS, Kia Rough Rider. Look, if you buck, boy, that's what he got. That's exactly what he got. And he wasn't planning it at all. He wasn't planning it at all. Nobody was. But you know what? Nobody ever threw another pencil at me again. Nobody ever messed with me in my class again. Okay? Okay. I wish the older kids would have heard the story and then maybe they would have left me alone, but they didn't. They didn't. But listen, I can't have that many bullies. So when you in my grade school and we the same age, listen. Coming for your life like I did. But yeah, so I ended up, chilling out in the in the band room for the longest. It had got around my class what I had did. And I told my teacher what I did, my band teacher, like, so this is what happens. He said, you need some place to chill out. I was like, yeah. He's like, I'm down, girl. You didn't need to do him like that. I was like, oh, but I did. You're not gonna hit me with a pencil in the side of my temple and get away with it. You're absolutely not. So yeah, he got what he got. What can I say? That's hilarious though. That's a very interesting story. I'm listen, if my parents would have found out, they would have been so upset. Now they're finding out. Mom will probably still be upset. But I mean, that was years ago, mom. Let it go. Let it go. But I mean, no boy should be hitting me, right? So it's acceptable. I feel like it's acceptable. But I embarrassed the mess out of him, just like he embarrassed the mess out of me. And nobody ever brought that up again. But he also didn't mess with me again after that. And I pretty much was like, well, I guess I can stop thinking you're cute because I just ruined any chances of that with that moment. Like, I guess I can stop thinking you're cute now because I embarrassed the life out of you. Literally, your soul came out of your body when I took my hand like this. It was like, boom. When I tell you, I can still hear the thud and still hear him and see him sliding out of the seat, moving forward. You're, you're but yeah, so I ended up going to the band class for a while, and then a couple days later, I came back up. Well, actually, I think she wanted me to come back. I think she ended up calling a band teacher or something, and I had to come back up because then she was like, she talked to the both of us. It was like, I should write you guys both up, but I saw what both of you guys did, and I don't want to get you guys in any more trouble. Listen, Miss H, I'm so sorry that these students put you through what you went through for you to be so scared of their parents and stuff like that and be scared to write them up for stuff that probably should have been written up for. I hope you're living a wonderful retired life because listen, they put you through the ringer, my girl. They hit you in the face with sex protection. I still can't believe that. That still baffles my mind. And it scratched the side of you. Are crazy. Crazy. But yeah, that's my little story time. Funny thing is, though, I did see him. We graduated together. He always looked at me like he had a bone to pick still, but he never said anything or never did anything. Even as an adult to this day, I saw him, I want to say about a year ago at a grocery store. I know where he works because I went there and was doing some shopping and he was behind the meat counter and I was asking him for something. I was kind of scared. I was like, are you going to relapse on me? Are you going to have PTSD on me? Because I need to know where this honeysuckle ham is for you to cut for me. Can you not spit on it? Can you make sure it's safe? Okay. But yeah, I still saw him. Like, he was like, hey. I was like, hey. But he still had that look in his face like, I didn't forget. I didn't forget. But yeah, so that's my little story time, y'all. That was something else, y'all. That's the only time I had to do something like that, especially with a guy, where I felt like I needed to protect myself. I need to let you know what you're dealing with. Other than that, I never got any physical fights in high school. I had people who wanted to fight me in high school, but I mean, maybe we'll talk about that another day. But all I can tell you is bullying, listen, it's a mess, okay? It's a mess. And it's the reason why my children will not be going to public schooling. That is exactly why. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you like this little story time. Like I said, it wasn't catfish this time, y'all. This was the real deal. Kia got them hands, that backhand. Bow, 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 bow. Listen, Kia got it. Kia, don't get smacked. I straight up J-wowed him off of Jersey Shore like she did Mike. So listen, if you know about that reference, then you know. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all tonight. So I hope you have a good day, and I will definitely see you guys later. So bye. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Did you ever have to fight a guy, ladies? Did anybody else get in any fights in school? Let me know. Let me know. Bye.